Okay, it's finally Valentine's Day, or at least around that time, and I've honestly been searching for any opportunity to talk about Amourshipping, which, as it's pretty easy to know by now, is my favorite Pokemon-related shipping, and the only ship in any media that I will ever willfully partake in, because as far as I'm concerned, it's the only ship in Pokemon that actually has enough evidence to gain any credibility. Wow, that was a long sentence, but you get the idea. I freaking love Ash and Serena because I don't have a girlfriend, so I just sit by and hope anime characters get together. Yeah, not the best look, but it's okay because I'm definitely not the only Amourshiper, as it's the most popular Pokemon related shipping. And why wouldn't it be? Everyone who's watched the X and Y anime wants them to get together. Ash is a character I grew up with watching in basically every single episode of the series. I mean, if there's been one constant in my life, it's the Pokemon anime. One episode a week for 15 or 16 years pretty much. Yeah, but I'm just rambling right now. Today, I just wanted to talk about some of the Amourshipping moments in no specific order, and also, you know, what makes it my favorite romantic pair of any anime. The thing that made Ash's X, Y, and Z incarnation the best in the anime series was the fact that even though technically he was 10, he seemed older. This was coming off quite possibly the worst season of Pokemon in terms of how they wrote Ash's character, so maybe that's why, but they definitely took a more mature tone with this one. That meant a lot to fans of the anime series like me, because I've been following it ever since I was a kid, and seeing Ash at least somewhat close to my maturity level made him seem more relatable in that sense. Putting a genuine love interest into the anime just added to that feeling of a more mature take on the franchise. Serena had a crush on Ash, and not just one made up by the fans, it literally was a canonical fact. I mean, she literally started her journey because of Ash's kindness to her several years earlier, and she wanted to return his cloth or whatever. That was really just an excuse though to get to see her childhood love interest. One of the events that really just hit it out of the ballpark was the episode where Ash and Serena go on a literal date. I mean, this is like a huge thing in the community. One of the first actual signs that there is a spark between our characters. And the episode was so rad. It started out like normal, seemed like it was just a filler episode, but it actually had a subtle but major change to the story. Ash and Serena spent the whole day together, alone. They left their Pokemon with Bonnie. And I can go on and on about the endless amounts of shipping related things that happened in this episode. Serena calling it a date in her head, she almost held hands with Ash in that same scene, their little heart-to-heart on the train, but the best thing that came out of this moment was the gift exchange at the pledging tree. Ash gave Serena the ribbon he got from earlier, and the next episode later, after the heartbreaking performance at the showcase, Serena incorporated the ribbon into her new look, and Ash literally called Serena cute in front of her face. What the heck, I felt like Amourshipping was canon after this. But if we want to talk about things that made Ash and Serena seem more canon, it was the episode where Ash fell into Serena's arms. This episode was actually just a ton of fan service, but I wasn't complaining. I mean, I'm a fan and this was pretty awesome for Amourshippers. Anyway, then for some reason Serena cosplays as Ash, and I'm sorry, looking back on this, it was kind of weird, but I still love the episode. It was cute as hell when Serena won the battle and did this. This just screams fan service. And honestly, it was kinda epic when Serena tossed the hat to Ash, and it made it seem like they were truly a team. This one actually signifies a lot too. So after Serena's last showcase before the masterclass, she learned of the location, but unfortunately it was way off the beaten path to Snowball City where Ash would be going for his next gym badge. Ash saw Serena looking at the map and noticed she was worried, so he put his hand on her shoulder and told her they'd go out of the way and put off the gym battle till the masterclass was over. This was another example of Ash seemingly caring more about Serena's goals when comparing her to other female companions. I, along with many others, loved this moment. The Snowball scene is definitely one of the best Amourshipping scenes. Ash was all depressed after his loss to Wolfric, but he didn't know what it was exactly that he was doing wrong, so he runs off into the woods and leaves the gang behind. Well, he didn't come back, and Serena got worried, so she went after him. Eventually, she found him and wanted to give him the classic pep talk that you do when you have a crush on someone. I know how you feel, you can talk to me. We've all been there. So Ash kinda overreacts a little, and that causes Serena to snap back with some swiftly formed snowballs, and she runs off angry. But the thing was, Serena said all these nice things about him, and she almost confessed her love for Ash before running away. This was a pretty huge character development for these two. I mean, if I remember correctly, we never really had a fight like this between Ash and another character in the series, so it was a pretty powerful scene. Drama like this in a ship of this caliber is great, because afterwards their bonds grow even stronger, and that was extremely apparent here. But none of those are the best Amourshipping moment, and I'm sure most of you saw this coming, but the best Amourshipping moment is the escalator kiss. However, the best part about the scene isn't even the kiss itself. Sure, that was a nice bit of fan service to not give us an anticlimactic ending, and the scene would most definitely have been pretty bad without it, but it isn't what makes this scene the best Amourshipping moment, in my opinion. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie La La Land, and if you haven't, spoilers ahead. Seriously, do not listen to what I have to say if you haven't seen it, because it's one of the greatest movies. There will be like a time card on the screen now to skip to so you don't get spoiled of the movie. 3, 2, 1, okay, spoiler time. So basically in that movie, the two main characters are lovers. Sebastian, the guy, wants to open a jazz club, and Mia, the girl, wants to become a well-known actress. And by the end, they both achieve their goals. It's just separately, not in a relationship. And then the movie does like a little montage of what could have been if they stayed together, but Sebastian doesn't achieve his dream. This is a classic if you love me, let me go moment, but it goes against Hollywood norms, and that's why it was such a great film. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. Ash and Serena's lives were destined to be separate, especially in Ash's case, as he is going to Alola, which doesn't have performances or contests, and Serena was going to Hoenn, a region which Ash had already traversed in full and wouldn't have any gyms or trials to face. So really the reason this scene is the best isn't because Serena confessed her feelings or that the kiss basically made Amourshipping canon. The reason this is the best Amourshipping related scene is that Ash and Serena went their separate ways. It's bittersweet, but they get to do what they were destined to do. Ash went on to become the champion of Alola, and Serena hopefully had success in Hoenn. The whole theme of Serena's character development was finding a goal, a dream to aspire to that wasn't just following Ash around. She started her journey because of Ash, and she found out her true passion because of him. It's only fitting that she gained the courage to forge her own path because of him as well. And you know, Ash became a better and stronger trainer because of Serena too. They built off of each other, and that in my opinion is a sign of strong character development. So happy Valentine's Day everyone. I hope everyone watching this video spends some time with someone they love today. It doesn't have to be a significant other or anything, just a loved one. Or not, you can just chill and play Pokemon on the couch like I usually do. That's pretty cool too. That being said, this definitely was one of the videos I've always wanted to make since starting my channel. I mean, I literally had a split-second Amourshipping bit in my first ever Pokemon video, so like, I've literally been shipping Ash and Serena forever at this point. And I could go on and on about Amourshipping, but I ain't exactly running on infinite time, so yeah, I really hope that in the new anime series, Serena at least shows up for an episode or two, or maybe literally just every episode. That would be nice. I mean, if Ash does end up going to Hoenn for a second time in this series, it would make sense that they reunite at least once. I mean, we can only hope, right? But that's all I really have for today. I hope I could give a little more insight on that last Ash and Serena scene and what I at least interpreted it as. If you enjoyed this video, like it, and please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd love to get there by the end of February, maybe? Also, what's your favorite Amourshipping moment? Comment it down below. I actually really like to talk about this topic as you just watched, so I'd love to hear from y'all. But with that being said, I actually have a date for once, so I guess what I'm gonna do now is get ready for it. I've never really done this before, so we'll see. Yeah, so with all of that out of the way, my name is Shiny Zoroark, and I bid you adieu.